Hello, and welcome to a new lesson for English learners in grade 8. This is one of the video lessons for English learners in the series School for Life. I'm Sanja Božinović, and I will be your English teacher today. Our topic is weather idioms. In this lesson, you will learn how to use idioms, weather idioms, to talk about all kinds of things, and you will be able to compare how people use weather idioms in English, in Croatian, and other languages that you might speak. For this lesson, you will need a pencil and a notebook. If you are ready, let's begin. What's the weather like? What's the weather like today? These are the words that I'm sure you all know. Let's see if that's right. Try to translate, see that you understand, try to pronounce all the words on the screen. The weather can be sunny, windy, rainy, cloudy, snowy, foggy. It can be hot or cold. It can be warm. The weather can be changeable. There can be fog or hail, thunderstorms and lightning. Do you know all these words? If you don't know any of these words, you should write them down into your notebook and learn them from your dictionary. What are the chances of rain today? Let me see. 20% maybe? If you're interested, you can check that information too. Let's go on. We will compare talking about the weather and the weather idioms. Think about it. Most people like talking about the weather. Do people talk about the weather? A lot in Croatia. When you meet your friends, when you meet your family members. Is the weather one of your favorite conversation starters? When you see somebody, do you start talking about the weather? Do you sometimes say, "We couldn't ask for a nicer day, could we?" Or, "Did you order this sunshine?" Or, when the weather is not so nice, do you say, "Can you believe all of this rain we've been having?" Or, "I hear they are calling for thunderstorms all weekend." Do you know how much other nations are said to talk about the weather? Have you ever seen the comics about the English, starting the conversation with the weather as their first and their favorite topic? If you're interested in finding out how much other nations talk about the weather, you can do it by searching the weather as a conversation starter. Talking about the weather, as much as we like it, is not what we are going to talk about in this lesson. This lesson is about weather idioms. Look at the picture on the right-hand side. Save up for a rainy day. It has an illustration too. There's an umbrella, there's a cloud, it's raining. But is this phrase, "save up for a rainy day," is it about the weather? No, it's not. Because to save up money means not to spend money. When you save your money and you don't spend it, it's not because you need more money when it's raining outside. It's a phrase that serves to explain to people that a more favorable weather, for example, a sunny day, is what we like. The same as we like sunny days, we like the situations when we have money. So when we have money, we should be careful with it and save some for the situations, for the times when we are not so happy. Speaking about the weather, that would be when it's not sunny. Speaking about money, it would be when we don't have any money left. So to save up for a rainy day is a phrase that just serves to say that you need to be careful with your money because it won't be always as good as it is when you have a lot of it. That kind of phrase is an idiom. You think of a phrase that everybody will understand, so that you don't have to explain to people what you mean. you use one of those phrases and everybody knows what you mean. Let's say, an idiom. An idiom is a phrase, it's an expression that has a new meaning, a different meaning from the words put together. Like the one that we saw on the previous slide, to save up for a rainy day. Can you think of some idioms in Croatian? And do you think that we have a similar idiom to the one that I mentioned? Have you ever heard somebody say, a njemu ti je glava u oblacima, on ništa ne vidi? Do you know any other weather idioms in Croatian? Or do you know idioms in any other language? Think about them and you can write them down into your notebook. And you will see that the idioms are not the same in all languages. They can be same, they can be similar, but they can be very different. That's why it's very important to learn idioms in the new language that we are learning as a foreign language. Let's see. I prepared 7 idioms for you today. Let's see if you know some of them. I will show you the picture first, and you will try to make the connection. Let's see. Number 1. Rain and the sunshine. Can you think of an idiom? Come rain or shine. Have you ever heard someone say, I'll do it come rain or shine? Come rain or shine means that you will do it, you will do some things, anything not related to weather, anything that you will do despite everything, bad weather or difficult conditions. For example, you can say to your friend, I will be with you in this, come rain or shine. And you should be very careful because this come, the first word, it doesn't change. You don't add any endings. It stays as it is. Come rain or shine. Are you ready for number 2? What is the connection between this cloud and a teacup and a teapot? There's a storm in that cloud. You can see storm and teacup, teapot. What's the expression? What's the idiom? A storm in a teacup. Or the Americans prefer a tempest in a teapot. Have you ever heard? Can you imagine what it means? Can you imagine a storm in a teacup? Can it be relevant? Can it be very important? No, but it looks like something very big or important when you look at it closely. So, it's a kind of phrase that you use when somebody worries about something which is not really important, or when somebody makes a big problem out of something that should be a small problem. So we call it a storm in a teacup or a tempest in a teapot. Ready for number 3? A cloud and number 9. What's the connection? When do you say that you are on cloud 9? You are very happy if you're on cloud 9. When something extraordinary happens to you, you're on cloud 9. Ready for number 4? Your head and the cloud. Do you know when we say that somebody has his or her head in the clouds? When that person is not paying attention to the real world around him or her, out of touch. Maybe somebody is daydreaming at school, not paying attention to the lessons, or there is a problem and somebody decides to ignore it, we can say that that person has his or her head in the clouds. The rain and a dog and a cat. Rain, cats and dogs. We say that it's raining cats and dogs when we cannot go out. It's raining so hard. Have you heard any idioms with a rainbow? Think about the rainbow. What is it? And what would to chase a rainbow or a rainbow chase mean? What do you chase when you chase a rainbow? Can you catch it? Never, never. You see it, it's real, but you can never catch it. The same goes for the idiom. It's the idiom that describes anything we do, any activity. When we are chasing something, we cannot get it. It's impossible to get it. So we are not realistic. We are doing something that has no chance to be successful. And the last one is the first one that I explained, and you remember it, I guess. Save up for a rainy day, and you remember what it means? To put something aside, some money aside, for a future of need. Can be money, can be anything else that you can save. Okay, these were 7 idioms that I prepared for you today, and your task now is to look at the pictures and try to remember them. And I will give you a few seconds to look at them. 3, 2, 1. Have you written any of them? If not, listen to me. Rain, cats and dogs. Come rain or shine. Save up for a rainy day. Beyond cloud 9. Have your head in the clouds. Chase the rainbow. And be storm in a teacup. These are our idioms for the day to learn. If you haven't learned them, it's time to learn them. Let's go on with our lesson. I prepared a task for you, and you can look at the sentences on the screen, or you can use this link that you can see at the bottom of the exercise here, bit.ly/weather-sentences. That link leads you to the exercise on word wall, and you can do this exercise as many times as you want. So if you need more practice, you should use this link and practice. If you would like just to check if you understand all the phrases, you can do the exercise now. Don't spend all your money. Can you find the rest of the sentence, the other part? Don't spend all your money. He's ignoring the problem he has. I have won the race. I'll always be there for you. We can't go out now. It's just a storm in a teacup. Don't think you can win without hard work. Please put together 2 parts of the same sentence. Now you can check if you were right. If you do this exercise on word wall, you first put together the parts of the sentences and then submit your answer, and you get the result if your answers were correct. As you can see here, all these 7 answers are correct. And the sentences are: don't think you can win without hard work. It's a rainbow chase. Don't spend all your money. Save up for a rainy day. He's ignoring the problem he has. He has his head in the clouds. We can't go out now. It's raining cats and dogs. I have won the race. I am on cloud 9. It's just a storm in a teacup. Nobody will remember it tomorrow. I'll always be there for you, come rain or shine. Your task for today's lesson is to write a story. In your story, you should use all these idioms. You can make a funny story, you can make a story about your life, about your friends. You need to follow these rules. All the sentences should make your story, the same story, one story. They cannot be independent sentences. And your story shouldn't be offensive, your words rude or illogical. So, your task is write a story in which you will try to use as many idioms from this lesson as you can. You aim at all 7. And your story can be about your day, about your family, about your friends, or any other topic that you choose. And this checklist will help you. So the first task is all sentences make one story. You are not writing sentences, you are writing a story. There is an idiom in every sentence. Your story can be funny or not, but it cannot be offensive to anyone or illogical. It must make some sense. And when you finish writing, check your spelling, check your punctuation. If you would like to learn some more idioms, either weather idioms or words, phrases related to some other topic, you can accept my challenge. You can use your dictionary and think and find one idiom a day to learn. I will give you 3 idioms to start with. And my 3 idioms that I haven't mentioned in this lesson are: every cloud has a silver lining. It's a saying. Every cloud has a silver lining. Number 2, it's calm before the storm. And number 3, don't storm out now, please. And this is my message for you. Look at your notes. Don't forget your story to write, your task. Don't storm out now. Keep learning English. And that's the end of today's lesson. Goodbye until our new lesson.